So Kyle Lowry, he's always been, to me, one of the most underrated players in the league. When you consider his offense, his defense, his intangibles, everything that he brings. With the rumors of Kyle Lowry possibly coming to Philadelphia being serious, I think it's time to examine exactly what Kyle Lowry brings to the table. And we're going to do that not only in terms of what he brings offensively, but what he would bring to the Sixers team if he were to join it. So you see here, they're starting to warm up. And shortly we'll get into the clip. So after this miss, not only does he get the rebound, but look how he looks ahead in transition. To me, that's just an incredible skill. And it's really going to help Tobias Harris and Ben Simmons. We're already a very good transition team, but to have a transition guard like this with our stars, Tobias Harris and Ben Simmons, I think it will really increase our tempo, which will also increase our offense. And then he had this pull-up game. He's one of the best pull-up jump shooters in the league. And that opens up the lob pass, again, for Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris, and Joel Embiid. I just envision Kyle Lowry just completely exploding the Sixers offense with his ability on the ball, on the move. He could penetrate a little bit, but not really, it's not like some Kyrie Irving sort of thing, but he does have that pull-up up to the mid-range, even in his arsenal. And he could play off the ball here, you see, with these dribble handoffs that we also use with Doc Rivers. So he would fit in our continuity offense perfectly. And he has this hang dribble, and just look at that court vision. Kyle Lowry's ability to play the point guard position has really been kind of underlooked, kind of underrated. But he's a very skilled passer who can also attack and catch and shoot off the ball. I just envision him and Ben Simmons making some basketball babies together, Like, these two are the perfect complement. And the Sixer organization has been looking for this type of player since we drafted Markelle Fultz #1 overall. In the Ben Simmons draft, there were rumors that Brian Colangelo wanted to go and get a draft pick for Chris Dunn. So this organization, for a long time now, has been looking for the combo guard to play next to Ben Simmons. We like what Shake Milton's doing for us off the bench. And I think that, Seth Curry, he's more of a combo shooting guard. With Kyle Lowry, he really would be more of a pure point guard. And the other benefit is defensively. And we're going to get into defensive tape in a separate video. This is purely going to be offense. But if I talk a little off topic on the defense, we all know that Doc Rivers has talked about how Ben Simmons is the primary guy, or you want to say Ben Simmons until the second half. And we know that the problem for us has been, well, it's a 48-minute game, and this guy could get super hot. Well, the other problem is that Danny Green, let's face it, his defense has been a little better the last couple of games, but come on now. It's Danny Green, it's Furkan, it's etc. Point is, those guys aren't good enough wingmen to play beside Ben Simmons defensively. Whereas you enter a guy in Kyle Lowry, he's going to be able to take the other team's best or even second best scorer, allowing you to rest Ben Simmons on the defensive end. So just having two elite defenders in the starting lineup, I think that would also pay significant dividends down the road. But again, just his complete offensive package, he reminds me so much of Andre Miller in terms of his control. And this is the first time I'm actually putting in like instrumentals in my videos. The first instrumentals were this sort of soft jazz thing. And I'm gonna warn you ahead of time, the rest of the instrumental was kind of a rock metal instrumental. And the reason I chose that rock metal instrumental is because I really want Kyle Lowry. Because I just think so much about what Kyle Lowry would do for the team. I mentioned transition scoring and how I think that's going to really explode for Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris. And Kyle Lowry himself transition threes. And the Sixers transition offense has been good this year. It's been better. But just imagine adding Kyle Lowry to this mix that we have right here in terms of our veterans. And I think it would just explode. But really, the other thing is that Kyle Lowry is just, he's this nice driver. Like, he isn't going to finish on top of trees due to his size, but he is more than willing to take it in, and he has that strong upper body to take contact, and he's just always on the move like this, and I just like that. And you see here his ability to pump fake it allows him to put this up and in. And I just like his toughness. Kyle Lowry has always been one tough mofo, and I feel like you're adding that to your locker room. A guy who's mentally and physically tough like this. And ooh, look at that bounce pass. Joel Embiid has never had a playmaker. The last time the Sixers are the true playmaker next to Joel Embiid, it was the aforementioned Markelle Fultz. Kyle Lowry would just bring an immediate upgrade to the point guard position, where Ben Simmons can play our point forward role. Again, Steph Curry is hit and miss, and you compare them in the backcourt. You'll have Kyle Lowry in the backcourt with Steph Curry along with Ben Simmons. And I think it's just going to explode the offense. And the biggest beneficiary is going to be Joel Embiid, because let's be honest about how the Sixers approach offense with Joel Embiid. A lot of the times we see Joel Embiid catching the ball from mid-range, catching the ball from the FIFA unextended, and not as much this year, but still every now and then we see Joel Embiid catch the ball at the top of the key from the 3-point line. And Joel Embiid really, he creates a lot of offense himself. And so here's the question I would pose to my Sixers fan community. Don't you think it's a little unfair that we ask Joel Embiid to create his own offense? If you watch other NBA games and you see, for example, Anthony Davis with LeBron James, Anthony Davis doesn't have to create his own shot. LeBron James is creating it. Or Dennis Schroeder is creating it. You take a look at Giannis Antetokounmpo, and he has Drew Holiday. And really, Joel Embiid doesn't have the benefit of playing with a guard who can create like that. I mean, Ben Simmons is a great transition threat, great transition passer, but we all know that no one's going to guard Ben Simmons at the top of the key, so you just don't have that interior passing threat that Kyle Lowry would absolutely provide. And I just want to quickly touch on this. There's this theory that went about that, if we fill the combo ball hole, if we fill this hole, doesn't that mean that Ben Simmons' numbers are going to go down? No, not at all. And even if they did go down, let's look at it this way. Let's say that Kyle Lowry is averaging a typical 7 assists a game. And let's say that Ben Simmons is also averaging 7 assists a game. So now you're getting 14 assists a game. You have 2 15-point scorers. So let's say you're getting 30 points, 14 assists, about maybe 52% shooting combined. Those are very great numbers. The more ball handlers you have on your team, the better your offense is. And when it's a ball handler who's an excellent passer and Kyle Lowry, your entire team offense is going to explode. The quote got Rivers, I don't care how we score, just that we score. And Kyle Lowry fits that philosophy of Doc Rivers' offensive attack to a T. And I just like this veteran presence to be able to get this pass out of bounds, end game situations. You don't make this, you're down 3-0. Just the spirit and the toughness of Kyle Lowry, you can't teach that, and you almost really can't acquire it. So if you did want this veteran, if you wanted to add veteran toughness to the locker room, as well as to add a multi-dimensional threat in Kyle Lowry, I feel like this is what you have to do. I feel like this is the guy that if you want to trade 2, 3 first-round picks, this is what you do it for. Or one of the players that you do it for. Because again, that transition threat, Ben Simmons would easily average over 25 a game playing with Kyle Lowry. I am convinced that Kyle Lowry and Tobias Harris would benefit tremendously. And just look at that energy, and this speed will trigger us. All those bounces. But if he gets bouncy shots to fall in a Sixers uniform, I think we can forgive. So here again, a little dribble handoff action, but it turns into a nice roll. And that's just the passing that Kyle Lowry provides that, again, no one else on this team really has. And it gets the Pascal Siakam open for three. In my opinion, Pascal Siakam has developed into a good player, right? And Chris Boucher has developed into a good player, right? But even though they developed into good players, I would argue to you that Kyle Lowry has facilitated their growth and really allowed them to become players that they could become. And that's really the kind of players that you always want to make sure you acquire. You want to find a way to acquire players like Kyle Lowry who not only make your team better, but can make your superstars better. I would pay a very high premium price for being Kyle Lowry. He would be a substantial upgrade that will put the Sixers firmly in control of the Eastern Conference, because he will be that perimeter defender. So now you got Ben, you got Kyle, Tobias Harris who plays some pretty good defense, and you got the Undertaker down low in the block. I think it would add so much to your basketball team to have him, or Alonzo Ball, who I like, who I talked about, and who I would love to see the Sixers get. If not Lowry, I'm just focusing on this Lowry thing because when you have your Inquirer reporter and Mr. Pompey reported, and when you have agents denying it always tell you that it's real, because it was serious enough for the agent to come out and deny. I also like to keep the rebounding guard. I mean, it isn't anything major. It's like 5 rebounds a game, but just his ability to rebound the ball will also help you to just put it in transition. And again, these bounce passes that he's able to do because of his pull-up shot. I just think he has always been an underrated offensive player. And really, even going back to the DeMar DeRozan days, the real complaint was that Kyle Lowry wouldn't be able to elevate his team offensively, but he's not meant to be a second option or a first option. Very similarly to Kyle Lowry, he's a guy that if you put him with other talent, that's when he becomes this sort of difference maker. And that's why it would just be so huge. Where if this trade goes down, I mean, I'm celebrating. If this trade goes down, I'm celebrating in my undies. Because the Sixers at that point, you know, and they're just going to move that much closer to contending for a championship. Like, can you imagine those catch and shoot threes with Ben Simmons and you know, playing with another guard like Steph Curry? Because he did play with Van Vliet in the backcourt together. And I think Steph Curry can provide some of the things.